We've come down to the new Flyaways exhibit today to look at some of my favourite species now on show. You may recognise this exhibit as the old Chilean flamingo exhibit. Since moving over to the lagoon with all of their Chiloe, red shoveler and white-faced whistling duck friends, we've taken the opportunity to repopulate this area with some birds that you really should hear about. The first species to focus on today is the bar-headed goose, probably the highest flying goose in the world. These guys go up over the Himalayas to breed. They have actually got multiple lung sacs and can take on, we understand, around 5 times more oxygen in their red blood cells, making them an amazingly adapted species for their environment. The swan goose, who also lives here, breeds in a similar location, although not as high altitude. They are in fact though vulnerable, and so this species needs a lot more recognition. You may actually recognise them quite commonly as one of the most original species of geese. Many breeds of domestic geese come from the swan goose, and so you might recognise their shape and silhouette. The rarest in the pen exclusively though would be the Bayer's pochard. This small brown pochard occupies most of the East Australasian flyway. They breed up in northern China through to the side against Japan and come through down into Myanmar for their overwintering. It was discovered around 10 years ago that there might be under 1,000 of these birds left in the wild. And actually we discovered that although in the modern era we think we know so much about birds and species, the Bayer's pochard was actually a species we didn't know enough about. Since investigating more about this wonderful species, we've noticed that there are many more in the wild and they're doing a lot better. And so hopefully we can keep pushing their profile and look after them for many generations to come. Our final bird of the day, and my personal favourite, is the white-winged duck. These fantastic ducks occupy wooded wetlands east of India through Cambodia, Vietnam and Thailand. The male is much larger than the female, and they have fantastic iridescence both through their heads and bodies, with white speckles in different patinations. These birds have benefited from WWT many years ago. We have taken part in conservation work and we've done nest box schemes and designs and worked with them in situ. Here at Slimbridge, since 2008, we may have bred nearly 100 birds in our off-show duckery facilities. They're a species which we have a great history with and we're very passionate about, and I'm so happy that you can come and see them again on show here in Flyaways.